Hello! It's Breaking NFL News with Duncan, back at it again. I'm starting a new series here, which is predictions, where I predict every game for the season, including the playoffs. So today is week 16. Sorry if I'm late because I didn't really start before because I was focusing on the Duncan channel. So here we go. Jacksonville Jaguars at New York Jets. The Jets have been really good this year. Like, they're almost in the playoffs, but not really because of a loss. And if they don't win, their playoff hopes could die. And the Jaguars, what are they going to do? Like, they're going to try to get you out of the playoffs? Never mind. But Mike White is hurt. And Trevor Lawrence was down by like a couple points, like a lot of points, and then let it come back. So yeah, I take the Jaguars to win this game. Baltimore Ravens playing the Atlanta Falcons where the Ravens play. So the Ravens are praying for Lamar Jackson to come back, and the Falcons looks like they're almost eliminated from the playoffs. If they lose to the Ravens right now, they're out of the playoffs. But I would suggest the Ravens could win. Yeah, sure, they might have a backup quarterback, but their run game is pretty good, and it's their defense. Well, the Falcons, they've started Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder, and they've done nothing except for just lose games. Like last week, they fell to the New Orleans Saints. Like, how can you believe in them now? So I predict the Ravens to win. Detroit Lions at Carolina Panthers. The Lions' playoff hopes are on the line in this game. But the Panthers, they've been struggling under Sam Darnold when Mayfield left. Because after he left to go to Los Angeles, he's won one game. He won a game. It was the Thursday night in week 14, but they fell to the Packers, which I don't blame them. Yeah, it's pretty cold. And the Lions have won 6 of their last 7 games. While the Panthers, they did come off with a win when it came into the bye week. They won against the Seahawks, who were pretty terrible, but then they lost to Pittsburgh. I don't really believe in Carolina anymore. I believe in Detroit now. And I would say Detroit gets the dub in this one. Buffalo Bills at Chicago Bears. The Bills are in the playoffs. They are the #1 seed and have won 5 of their last 7. They have won 6 of their last 8 games. That is actually incredible. And the Bears, well, they're the last seed in the NFC. And their last win came in week 7 on Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots. Because they last lost to a bad Jets team, Falcons, Packers, and they lost to the Eagles. So I would take Buffalo to win this game right now. New Orleans Saints at Cleveland Browns. The Saints have been pretty good. Like they lost to Tampa Bay and the 49ers. But they beat the Saints team that was off by like 3 points. While the Browns, they did beat the Ravens, but they've only won 6 games. Yeah, and Deshaun Watson has not been looking good since his return. So I would probably take New Orleans to win this game. Seattle Seahawks at Kansas City Chiefs. The Seahawks have to win here in order to knock Detroit out of the playoffs. But if they lose, the Lions are in the playoffs. But the Commanders also have to lose. Or the Giants. So they were on the road to face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have won 11 games. They've only lost to the Colts, Bills, and Bengals. So I would easily pick the Chiefs to win this one. No explanation needed. Patrick Mahomes is really good. While Geno Smith, not as good as Patrick Mahomes, even though he made it to the Pro Bowl last night. But, yeah, I would take Patrick Mahomes and his team to win this game. New York Giants and Minnesota Vikings. The Giants are actually in the playoffs. Yeah, sure, they tied a game against Washington, but they do have a win. But if they, yeah, I would probably pick the Vikings because the Vikings have won their division and they're 11-3 and in the playoffs. And they just easily, and last week they came off the greatest comeback in NFL history. Like, they were down like 33-0 at halftime, and then at the end of the game they won 39-36. That was unbelievable. So I'm gonna pick the Vikings to win this game, even though Daniel Jones has looked pretty good. I don't trust him anymore. Cincinnati Bengals and New England Patriots. The Bengals have made the playoffs yet again. And they also came off a comeback where they were down like 17 points against Tampa Bay and then won. Well, I don't think that's going to be a strength for New England. They need the Dolphins to lose, and they need to win in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. But for this game, I don't think that's going to happen. I easily picked the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game and knock the Patriots out of the playoffs. Houston Texans at Tennessee Titans. The Texans are pretty bad. They have a tie, and their only win was in Week 5 against Jacksonville. And then proceed then just lose every game. This is what happens when you don't have good players. So I'm easily going to pick the Titans to win this game. I'm sorry, Texans fans. Washington Commanders at San Francisco 49ers. The Commanders also need to win this game in order for the Lions to not make the playoffs. But they're going against a tough San Francisco team who just came off a win against Seattle with Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy, the Mr. Irrelevant of this year, is really damn good. He's like when he played at Iowa State. Sure, they don't have Deebo Samuel, but I still believe in them because of the run game. They have a really good defense, Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. So I would easily pick the 49ers to win this game. Philadelphia Eagles at Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles have won 13 games. Their only loss was against Washington. So the Eagles are really good. I think it's because they got Jalen Hurts in the 2020 draft. This year they traded in the draft for A.J. Brown from the Titans. And that was really damn good. Like, they're not even regretting it. And Nick Sirianni is their head coach. And I believe he was the guy who did it all. Well, the Dallas Cowboys, yeah, they're in the playoffs. But they just came off a loss to Jacksonville, all because of one play by Dak Prescott. And if he keeps throwing passes like that again, I don't think you're going to win this game. So I would probably pick the Eagles to win this game because they're better and they have a better record. Las Vegas Raiders at Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Rest in peace, Franco Harris. So this is the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. And the Raiders are going to Pittsburgh. Both teams are not really good, but the Steelers have ground turf. I feel like they will be a better team. Sure, the Raiders just came off a huge win. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I actually picked the Raiders because of that huge win against the Patriots last week. Sorry, Steelers fans. I have to pick the Raiders. I'm sorry. Green Bay Packers and Miami Dolphins. So now we've reached the Christmas games. And by the way, Merry Christmas to all of you. So, the Packers, who just won last week, have won against the Bears and the Rams. But it was because they were playing in cold temperatures. So I think they'll probably lose this game to Miami, because Miami's in the playoffs, and also because it might not be cold there. The Packers will just suck there because it's too warm in Miami. So it's pretty warm at Hard Rock Stadium. That's where the Dolphins play. So my final pick will be the Miami Dolphins. Denver Broncos at Los Angeles Rams. Two bad teams playing against each other. So the Broncos came out of a win against a bad Arizona team, but the Rams lost. So I don't even want to pick either, to be honest. I want to pick a tie, but I have to pick because this is the channel where I do it. So I would rather pick. But since Matthew Stafford is out, I would mostly pick the Broncos to win if Russell Wilson returns to Denver in time for that game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Arizona Cardinals. The Buccaneers are so far in the playoffs because of their bad division. Well, the Cardinals are like the bottom in the league after leading like an undefeated, and then they lose. Like, that's insane. So, and also because Kyler Murray is out with the ACL tear. So I would pretty much rather Tom Brady to take this one. Los Angeles Chargers at Indianapolis Colts. So this is the final game for week 16. The Chargers and the Colts. Chargers had a really good season, while the Colts, yeah, not very good. Matt Ryan couldn't even save them. So I'm going to pick the Chargers to win this game. Sorry, Colts fans. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click on the like button. Check out my Duncan channel. More videos coming soon. And I'll see you next week for week 17 prediction.